Hello, I'm Mindblown X, here to sprinkle some holiday cheer and laughter your way. Now we all know that Christmas is celebrated far and wide, each corner of the globe adding its unique twist to the holiday festivities. But have you ever wondered how hilariously diverse these traditions can get? From feasting on finger-licking fast food in Japan, to the curious custom of hiding a certain, shall we say, cheeky figurine in Catalonia, these traditions are as varied as they are amusing. And let's not forget about the Greenlanders who enjoy some truly unique Christmas delicacies, or our friends in Ukraine who prefer their Christmas trees adorned with spider webs. Yes, you heard that right, spider webs. Each tradition, no matter how outlandish it might seem, adds a dash of color and a dollop of fun to the Christmas festivities. So buckle up as we embark on this sleigh ride around the globe. Our first stop is Japan, where a bucket of KFC is a must-have on Christmas Eve. Now, I know what you're thinking. KFC? On Christmas? Yes, indeed. In Japan, it's not the sweet jingle of sleigh bells or the rustling of beautifully wrapped gifts under the Christmas tree that heralds the festive season. No, it's the distinct aroma of the Colonel's secret recipe wafting through the air. This all began back in the 70s when a group of foreigners couldn't find a turkey for their Christmas dinner and opted for KFC instead. The fast food chain saw a golden opportunity and launched a marketing campaign, Kurisumasu ni wa Kentucky, or Kentucky for Christmas. The rest, as they say, is history. Now the tradition is so popular that people place their Christmas orders at KFC 2 months in advance. You heard that right, 2 whole months. Imagine the Colonel's delight. And it's not just a bucket of fried chicken, oh no. The Japanese Christmas dinner special includes cake and champagne along with that finger-licking chicken. Because nothing screams Merry Christmas like a side of coleslaw, right? The humor in this tradition is not lost on us. While the rest of the world is roasting chestnuts on an open fire, our friends in Japan are feasting on crispy chicken drumsticks. It's quirky, it's fun, and it's distinctly Japanese. Who knew Colonel Sanders would become Santa in Japan? Next we're off to Catalonia, where Christmas gets a bit, well, poopy. Now don't get your tinsel in a twist just yet. In this northeastern region of Spain, 2 unique and somewhat comical traditions steal the spotlight during the festive season. Meet the Caganer and Cagatillo, 2 holiday characters that have a somewhat scatological connection. First, let's talk about the Caganer. This little figurine, whose name translates to the defecator, is a staple in Catalonian nativity scenes. Yes, you heard that right. Nestled among the shepherds, wise men and farm animals, you'll find a peasant man, trousers down, doing his business. This tradition has been around since the 18th century, and while it may seem crude, it's actually seen as a symbol of fertility and good fortune. But the merriment doesn't stop there. Enter Cagatillo, or as it's lovingly known, the pooping log. This charming tradition involves a hollow log, often adorned with a painted face and covered with a blanket. Starting on December 8th, children feed the log sweets and fruits every night, with the hope that it will poop out presents on Christmas Day. When the big day arrives, they sing traditional songs and hit the log with sticks, encouraging it to give up its goodies. You're probably thinking, who came up with this? Well, these traditions have their roots in Catalonian agricultural society, where the health of the soil was crucial for survival. So in a way, these poopy customs are a nod to the earth's fertility and the cycle of life. So, while these traditions might seem a tad bizarre to the rest of us, they're a cherished part of Christmas in Catalonia. After all, nothing says holiday cheer like a defecating figurine and a gift-giving log, right? In Catalonia, it seems a little poop brings a lot of joy. Hold on to your hats, we're heading to Greenland, where Christmas dinner isn't for the faint-hearted. Now, if you're expecting a traditional roast turkey or a honey-glazed ham, you're in for a bit of a surprise. Greenland's Christmas dinner is more of an acquired taste, and by that I mean, well, let's just dive in. First on the menu is kiviak. Now brace yourselves, this isn't your typical poultry dish. Kiviak is actually a fermented bird, typically an auk, which is a type of seabird. But here's the kicker. It's fermented inside a seal skin. Yep, you heard that right. The birds are stuffed into the skin, feathers and all, then left to ferment for several months. Now, I know what you're thinking. Where can I get me some of that? But hold your horses, we're just getting started. Next up we have matak, another festive favorite in Greenland. What's matak, you ask? Well, it's raw whale skin served with a side of blubber. I know, it's not exactly what you had in mind for Christmas dinner, but hey, when in Greenland, right? But don't worry, it's not all fermented birds and raw whale skin. Greenlanders also enjoy more familiar dishes like reindeer and lamb, often garnished with local herbs and berries. So there's something for everyone. as long as you're adventurous enough. Now, you might be chuckling or cringing, but remember, it's all part of the rich tapestry of global Christmas traditions. And let's be honest, who are we to judge? After all, some of us eat fruitcake. So, next time you're bored with your traditional Christmas ham, why not give kiviak or matak a try? Just remember, it's not just about the taste, but the experience. And isn't that what Christmas is all about? In Greenland, Christmas dinner is not just a meal, it's an adventure. Now let's swing over to Ukraine, where Christmas trees get a spooky twist. While most of us are busy dusting off cobwebs to make our homes sparkle for the holiday season, Ukrainians have a different take on this. They're actually adding spider webs to their Christmas trees. Yes, you heard it right, spider webs. It's not some creepy Halloween crossover event, but a cherished Christmas tradition. This custom traces back to a folktale about a poor widow and her children. They grew a Christmas tree from a pine cone but couldn't afford to decorate it. On Christmas morning, they woke up to find the tree draped in glistening webs, spun by a kind-hearted spider. When the first rays of sunlight touched the webs, they turned into gold and silver, and the family never lived in poverty again. So, in Ukraine, it's not tinsel or twinkling lights that bring the sparkle to Christmas, it's spiderwebs. They're seen as symbols of good luck and prosperity. And let's be honest, it's a pretty genius way to make use of those pesky cobwebs that just keep popping up. But don't worry, if you're not a fan of real spiders, Ukrainians typically use artificial webs or ornaments shaped like spiders and webs. It's a unique way to deck the halls, and it certainly adds a touch of whimsy to the festive season. Finally, we're off to Norway, where brooms go into hiding on Christmas Eve. Now I know what you're thinking. Why would anyone hide brooms on Christmas Eve? Well folks, the answer is simple. Witches. That's right. In Norway, they believe that witches and evil spirits are on the prowl on Christmas Eve looking for brooms to ride on. Picture it. It's a chilly Christmas Eve night in Norway. The glow of twinkling lights fills the air, and the scent of gingerbread wafts through the streets. But wait, where are all the brooms? Tucked away in closets, under beds, anywhere out of sight from those pesky witches. This quirky tradition dates back to the olden days when people believed witches and evil spirits came out on Christmas Eve to cause mischief. And what's a witch without her trusty broom, right? So Norwegians decided to outsmart these supernatural troublemakers by hiding their brooms, leaving the witches broomless and grounded. Now, you might be chuckling to yourself thinking, oh, those silly Norwegians scared of witches. But let's think about it for a second. It's Christmas Eve. You're snuggled up by the fire, sipping on some hot cocoa, and suddenly a witch comes swooping down your chimney on a broom. Not exactly the Christmas surprise you were hoping for, huh? In all seriousness though, this tradition is more than just a funny story. It's a charming piece of Norwegian culture that adds a touch of magic and whimsy to the holiday season. It's a fun way to keep the old folklore alive and add a little thrill to the Christmas Eve festivities. After all, who doesn't love a good witch tale? So, next time you find yourself in Norway on Christmas Eve, don't forget to hide your broom. You never know, it might just save you from an unexpected witchy visitor. And remember, in Norway, even witches want to crash the Christmas party. Who knew Christmas could be this hilarious, right? From Japan's finger-licking KFC dinner to Catalonia's cheeky kaganer and kagatio. And let's not forget Greenland's delicious meals and Ukraine's sparkly spiderweb decor. But the real showstopper? Norway's witch scare. These traditions, as quirky as they are, remind us that humor is truly a universal language. That's our round-the-world trip of funny Christmas traditions. Goodbye from Mind Blown X, and remember, wherever you are, keep the holiday cheer alive.